everybody, what's up? It's me, Caitlin, your favorite machine girl, here with another reaction video. First off, I hope you all had a safe and healthy and fun 4th of July weekend. It was gorgeous here. It was so nice hearing fireworks again. I didn't go see them, but I did hear them, and I saw some through the trees. But it was so nice being reopened. It was so much fun. It was such a wonderful weekend. And I made pizza fries, you guys, and they actually turned out pretty dang good for my first attempt at making pizza fries. So definitely something I'm going to have to try again. So I hope everyone had a great 4th of July weekend, or maybe should I said 4th of July. Copied that from Instagram because Star Wars, Disney, Lucasfilm, whatever, they surprised everybody this past weekend. And on July 3rd, I know I'm like a few days late to the party on this, they dropped a special look for Star Wars Visions. Now, this special look was actually done as part of, I think, a virtual anime expo or something. But then they released the special look on YouTube for everybody to see, which I saw that they were doing this. I know a bunch of influencers on Instagram were talking about this special look and that they were going to see it, but I did not think it'd be released to the public so soon, but it was, so I have not seen it yet. I'm super excited. So, for those of you who don't know, Star Wars Visions is one of the many Star Wars projects that were announced, well, not Star Wars projects, more like Lucasfilm in general, but it was one of the Lucasfilm Star Wars projects that was announced way back in Investor Days of last year. This was when they announced the Ahsoka series. This was when they announced the new Star Wars movies that were coming out, the new Rogue One movie coming out, Acolyte, which everybody is still super excited. I'm really excited about Acolyte. We saw like a sizzle reel. We didn't really see anything new. I don't think they showed any trailers or stuff, anything like that. They did all that for Marvel. But Visions was one of the shows they talked about, and the only thing I think they remember, I do remember them saying Visions is going to be an animated anthology series, and that was pretty much it. We didn't really have a lot of information. I feel like we got a little bit more information with others of the shows. I think the only other one we didn't get a lot of information on is Acolyte, and we still don't know that much about Acolyte. I'm not even sure if Acolyte's in the book. I will say that one of the shows they talked about that I was really excited about was Rangers of the New Republic, and as far as I know, that show has since been canceled. They are no longer moving ahead with that show because rumor was it was going to star Gina, who had been playing Cara Dune in Mandalorian. Unfortunately, she was fired by Lucasfilm and Disney because of some of her actions. Let's not get into that. So she was, I guess, supposed to be the star of Rangers of the New Republic because she was a ranger, but since they fired her, I don't think, as of right now, I believe they're not going forward with that show, which sucks because I think that would be a great way. So she's not in it. Let's introduce a new Star Wars character to the universe. You know, that would be awesome and amazing. But they are moving forward with Star Wars Visions, and this is what the special look is. So, I did look it up on Wikipedia to see if I get some more information. And basically, the official press release is, according to Wikipedia, states, presenting all new creative takes on the galaxy far, far away, Star Wars Visions will be a series of animated short films celebrating Star Wars through the lens of the world's best anime creators. The anthology collection will bring 10 fantastic visions from several of the leading Japanese anime studios, offering a fresh and diverse cultural perspective to Star Wars. And they actually released the names of all 10 of the studios and the films. So that's going to be The Duel from Kamikaze Duga, Lop and Ocho, I think, from Geno Studio, Tatooine Rhapsody from Studio Clorito, The Twins and the Elder from Studio Trigger, The Village Bride from Kinema Citrus, Akakuri and T0B1 from Science Saru, and The Ninth Jedi from Production IG. Now, apparently, these movies are going to be legend. They're not going to be canon, but they're going to be canon legends. And what's even more interesting is one of the Star Wars novels that is to be released later this year, Star Wars Ronin, I believe is the title. that is actually related to this series. So that is interesting. But it's also really exciting because they have come out and Dave Filoni has said that the inspiration for Ahsoka actually came from the character in Princess Mononoke. I think, if I remember, I haven't seen the movie in years, and it's one of my favorites. That inspiration for Ahsoka came from that character, which is so amazing to think about. And also, George Lucas had such a deep respect for like for samurai movies and old Asian movies. In fact, the one of the episodes of Clone Wars is dedicated to a Japanese director who he was such a big fan of that George actually helped finance a movie, I believe. So it's very there's a deep respect for like that the Asian influence at Lucasfilm, which you can definitely see in the Star Wars movies and shows. So it is really exciting that they are doing this. It is nervous that it is an anthology series. The only thing that kind of makes it better is Clone Wars. When the Clone Wars episodes aired, they were actually aired out of order. So technically, Clone Wars can be considered an anthology series because the stories, while connected, they weren't aired in the order of their connection. That's why you go to StarWars.com. They have an episode guide for Star Wars: The Clone Wars for when the episodes were and what order the episodes take place. For instance, for the 7th season of Clone Wars, the Bad Batch arc was actually supposed to be in the middle of the two Ahsoka's arc. So Ahsoka's roundabout arc, where she meets Trace and Rafa and gets back into contact with Bo, is first in that timeline, and then it's the Bad Batch, and then it's the Siege of Mandalore. And they mixed it up so Ahsoka would be like the last two arcs. So they did that went well, but at the same time, it's still kind of nervous because other than Star Wars, I don't think there's anything really connecting these stories together. But I am excited. I'm excited to see where this goes. I'm excited to see whether or not it will be Legends. One post I read online says they think it will be Legends like the way the Legends of Luke Skywalker is Legends. They're canon, but they're Legends. So basically, they're canon stories, but they're myths. So it's I think it's going to be a lot like according to them, like Legends of Luke Skywalker. In that vein, it's probably going to be like the Life Day Treasury, and the two like storybooks I have, like Tales from the Dark Side and stuff like that. So enough of me gossiping. Let's go ahead and watch this special look at Star Wars Visions. I've seen like a couple pictures. Needless to say, it looks really interesting, and it definitely looks like there's going to be a wide variety of styles. Let's see what it looks like when it is brought together. So here we go. Oh, that's loud. Let's turn that down a little bit.
Star Wars Visions is going to be an exciting anime anthology series coming to Disney Plus in September. Japanese animation inspired a lot of the people at Lucasfilm over the years. We loved the idea of seeing Star Wars expressed in that way.
Each one of these studios that we approached, we found hardcore Star Wars fans. They all had a story they wanted to tell.
初めてスター・ウォーズの企画って言ったらもうあれなんかこのような夢のようなことができるのかなっていうふうにはちょっと思いましたね。
いやもうついに来たなと。もう待ってました。
その時の提案の内容がこれスター・ウォーズでこれやっていいのかっていうなんか面白いものだったんで。
We were looking for something from the heart and soul of the individual creators. They are their visions through the lens of Star Wars.
There are so many genres at play. Big and bold, romantic and sweeping, funny, comedic.
で、この作品独自の、スタイルとしては、ロックオペラということで
日本の山岳文化みたいなことをしっかり描けたらな。
暗黒教の双子がどう生まれてこれがどうなるのかというのが基本的な設定ですね。
ライトセーバーって子供の夢が詰まったガジェットだと思うんですよね。でそれをさらに今回僕はここもちょっと和のテイストみたいなもの。
We tried to have some retro vintage feeling. We couldn't skip the Astro Boy influence. People love Astro Boy.
Oh my gosh, Astro.
どちらかといえば自分は最初象徴的な意味を、さっき言ったように、人間の姿をしてない主人公にしたかった。
That's so cute.
スター・ウォーズみたいな時代劇を作りたいマスターとパダワンが、未知の敵みたいなのに遭遇するっていうお話ですね。本当に最後はスター・ウォーズあれば、本望だったなとは思います。
We feel so fortunate to be working with these filmmakers. There are so many opportunities to reflect Japanese storytelling in a Star Wars universe.
Star Wars Visions is completely different than everything else in Star Wars storytelling. Audiences will fall in love with it.
Alright, so that was a special look at Star Wars Vision. So wasn't a trailer more like more information, which is amazing and wonderful because now we have a better idea. And they're just saying September, but on Wikipedia they have the first one airing on September 22nd. So I don't know if September 22nd is the official date or if that's just what Wikipedia is saying it is, but September either way is when those are going to come out. So it is really interesting. They talked about the different anime styles, and which is so cool. Like, I watched anime or anime, however you say it. I watched it when I was younger. Like, I love Sailor Moon. Like, that was the first show I ever saw. And of course, I watched Power Rangers, which is based off the Japanese show Super Sentai, which I have seen Super Sentai. It is so... I thought it would be impossible that a superhero show could be more... A modern day superhero show could be more campy than Power Rangers, and Super Sentai is more campy, but it's the Japanese style of campy, so it's campy with that edge of darkness and maturity. So it's very, very different, but it's so good. I love Super Sentai. But I grew up watching anime, and the older I got, the more anime I watched. Fruits Baskets, Art on High School Horse Club. There's one I think that was called Lakota Order Blue. It was an anime musical. Boys Over Flowers, Hana Yori Dango. And I'm still watching anime. I just like last year or a couple years ago, I watched The Mangus Bride, which was based on a manga, which was I loved so much. It was dark. It was creepy. Vampire Knight. So I have grown up as like a tween and a teen, and even as an adult, watching anime, reading manga, and of course everybody who knows me knows that there are American shows I love, but my favorite shows that I love to watch over and over again tend to be Asian dramas. So Visions I am very, very excited for because I love Asian pop culture. Yes, I'm an otaku. But it is so cool just looking at some of these and like seeing these very broad range of styles. Like this would be something very much like I think in the vein of Sailor Moon, like this style of anime right there. That's what that reminds me of. And then you get to these animes that are a little bit more mature and darker. Escaflowne was another one I watched. So some of this is like, some of these I'm like, oh, Sailor Moon vibes. And then other ones, Escaflowne or Studio Ghibli. And Studio Ghibli is an interesting one because they can also go really, really cute or really cute, really mature. And definitely, it's definitely an Astro Boy. What I love is them saying that they went to these studios, approached them, and found these studios where there were a ton of Star Wars fans. And I like this guy who's like, finally, he's getting to work on Star Wars. Like this right here, this part, that definitely kind of reminds me of Escaflowne, and I need to watch that again. That was on when I was a kid, and I was kind of obsessed with it. But I'm loving how different it is. Look at the Tusken Raiders. Though that is amazing. I gotta find an image that I saw.
提案の内容がこれスターウォーズで
Right, not this one. Let me go a little bit further. For those of you, kind of like this. So for those of you who don't know, I don't know how many years ago it was. There was, I think it was Black Series released a line of Star Wars figures, and I think it was really Darth Vader and a Stormtrooper, and they were in the style of samurai. And I saw them at Barnes & Noble a couple times, and they are absolutely gorgeous and beautiful figures. So some of this of this art, the style is that's what it's reminding me of. It's reminding me of those samurai figures of Vader and Stormtrooper. I mean, this is just amazing. This is going to be, I think this is twins. So you can definitely see in this image, we had definitely the more traditional, and then we go over to the twins, and it's a little bit more modern and even maybe can be considered abstract. So it's definitely different. Like this is way on traditional. I'm loving that. I think the traditional is definitely more my favorite than anything else. And I like what they said. They're trying to incorporate the one guy. He said he was trying to incorporate traditions. And look, there's Astro Boy. So definitely you had the very very cute, the very very kawaii, and the very very not so kawaii. The very much the traditional, like this very traditional aspect of it. So it's going to be very, and they talk about like the twins. It's going to be a story about twins who are on the dark side. Lightsabers. I love this lightsaber. He basically said he took Star Wars. I love this outfit. I love this character design. He took Star Wars and added a Japanese twist. So I hope some of these lightsabers that they show get made, because I want that lightsaber. That looks pretty dang awesome. Ooh, I want this as a print. This image right here without the subtitle, I want this as an art print. That is so pretty. And while I was watching this, I didn't even know there's a Star Destroyer right there. This is so pretty. So I want this as an art print. I think that's pretty much what a lot of this is going to be. Is I'm just going to see this and go, I want this as art for my room. Like, this is amazing. Oh, I love it. We got new characters, new, like, aliens. So, I'm still near... I'm sure you guys heard me when I saw this. I went, that's Qui-Gon! Like, wait, that looks like Qui-Gon Jinn. But yeah, this looks pretty dang beautiful. It looks like it's going to be epic and amazing. I love... I think that will end up being one of my favorite episodes. I don't even know what it's about yet, but I think it's adorable. That looks like Boba Fett. I'm thinking that's supposed to be like Boba Fett. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that. But just the style of the helmet and the coloring, I mean, that kind of gives it away. I'm pretty sure that might be Boba Fett. So we might get some characters we know in this series. But either way, I am so... Oh, this one we have a name. This one is Dan Gavash. Dan Gavash. So we have a name for at least one character. I don't know if they meant to do this, but they did pretty much confirm that this character is Dan Gavash. He is a Padawan from one of the episodes. So that is going to be... So we know one character at least. There's a couple other characters that have been named, but... So once again, we have the titles. Let me turn this down. With the studios doing them, so. And Visions. So, yeah. I, for one, think Visions looks interesting. I'm excited to see it in its entirety when it is finally released. I'm still a little bit nervous, like I said, about it being an anthology and being a different, style of anthology from Clone Wars, but at the same time, it might be strong enough that this really could pull more people into Star Wars. I mean, one of the things about The Mandalorian was such a good show. It's such a good show that people who weren't Star Wars fans before watched The Mandalorian and liked The Mandalorian and became Star Wars fans. So it's really interesting to see that. So maybe Visions is going to be another one of those shows where maybe you don't have to be a Star Wars fan. You can watch the show, enjoy it, and maybe then you'll be a Star Wars fan. So maybe it's going to be like The Mandalorian, where you don't have to worry about knowing anything about Star Wars, and you can just get in and watch it and enjoy it. So I'm really, really excited for this. I cannot wait to see Visions when it comes out in the fall, to see how it all comes together and see what the stories are like. So you guys tell me down in the comments below what you think about Star Wars Visions. Are you excited for this kind of, they didn't call it experimental, but I'm kind of leaning towards that it is. It's like a new way for them to explore and see what they can do next with Star Wars. So tell me what you guys think about Star Wars Visions down below. Do you like the different styles of the anime that will be presented? Do you like the fact that it will be like basically 10 unconnected stories? How do you feel about it being called canon but legends? So just let me know your guys' general feelings about Star Wars Visions, which is launching in September. Also, don't forget to give me a thumbs up if you like this video, and subscribe so that if you want to be in the loop. And if you want to be even more in the loop, make sure you hit that notification bell so that when I do post, you're the first to know. So I need to get going because I actually should be doing homework right now. Whoops! Sorry, school. Star Wars beats you. So I am calling it a day. I am sending you all lots of love, hugs, and prayers. Stay healthy, stay safe, stay sane, and I will talk to you guys soon. And as always, since this is a Star Wars video, may the Force be with you. Bye, guys.